Good morning. So I'll just get right out and say it. Not seeing too much on the charts today. If you saw what ICT posted on Twitter, he referenced the non-farm payroll protocol, don't gamble, which means we only on non-farm payroll Fridays, those weeks, we only trade Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I'm going to need to look back on my journal, on my notes that I took in the past with him, because I always forget if I know he always says the morning of Wednesday, but I forget if he cuts the morning off at 9:30 or if it's like 11. I know he always traded before 9:30 the open, and you can see we did have something. So I'll go over it real quick. The same thing happened on NQ. So this is where, in the top left corner, I'm referencing. This is where we ended the day yesterday. Overnight in the Asian, we kind of dropped down into London. We swept these lows right here at London at the 2 a.m. and we reversed on it. This was the London session silver bullet run. So we swept liquidity to the downside to go up, and now you can see the next buy side liquidity that we had was the PM session high from yesterday. So we swept that. The next buy side liquidity after that is that AM session, which is really high. I wouldn't see us getting up there casually today. I think it would be news related, which it could if you look at the higher time frame. The daily, we're respecting this daily fair value gap that I've had on the chart. So we could have like a pullback. If you look on the weekly, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our 5th down week. I wouldn't be surprised if we had one up week just to kind of pull back, re-engage some buy-side liquidity on the higher time frame like the daily, but that might happen later this week with the news. But if we're listening to ICT, we don't trade the latter half of this week. So because we already took, sell side in London, we just took buy side up here. There's no obvious draw on liquidity right now. So since there's no obvious draw on liquidity, we would basically be scalping. And especially for the silver, you need this, especially for the silver bullet, you need an obvious draw on liquidity. I think I would much rather, so I would, below these lows, I'd only really target downside probably, and above this buy side, I'd target upside if it moved aggressively. But like I said, nothing is obvious right now, so I probably won't be taking a trade. We are back from the losing streak. I'm just gonna keep it obvious. We'll only stick to things that are obvious. I'll probably watch the opening session just to see what happens, but I will most likely not be trading. And I will put a little text box here for anyone who joins late. I'm just, part of me was almost wondering if I should even hop on and do anything. But again, I do want to hop on the days that I don't look like, on days like this. I did the same thing for the PM session yesterday. I want to hop on and just kind of just as like a documentation that this is something that you have to do, which is like abstain from taking trades. And that can also look like watching the market and having to abstain. And I feel like this week has been a great example of when to trade and when not to trade. Just because if we look at the 15-minute up here, so this is the start of the week, and 15-minute is our bellwether chart, and we had such obvious price action on the days we were expecting obvious price action, the Monday, Tuesday of non-farm payroll week. So we open London session, equal highs. We run it in London, come down, retrace in New York, come down. Classic. And then same thing happens here. This is Tuesday, so Monday, Asian session, Tuesday, London runs these highs, comes down. New York opens, retraces, continues London. These were both winning days for us. Two, just classic, easy to read draws on liquidity. Today, I would like upside price action just because it could be the reverse of this. And then so this was yesterday's drop. So we have yesterday afternoon, Asian session, London runs the sell side, goes up. Yeah, so I would take buy side. Then we have this it seems like we want to go down. So, the trend on the weekly and on the daily has been lower prices. So I wouldn't feel too comfortable taking longs. We stopped right on the consequent encroachment of this weekly wick, if you notice. See how close we came to it. And then here's a daily fair value gap, which we are respecting. So yeah, for upside levels, what I have marked is I have the bottom of this wick. So I'd see a retracement up to at least this wick would be the next thing. Then I have this hourly fair value or order block. Yeah, this low would be kind of my line in the sand for bulls. If we get close below this low, I would not want to be short. There's the open. Yeah, I think we probably, if I was a betting man, I'd be betting higher prices just because that's the continuation of London. But we already took this buy side, and you could see we took the buy side once, we took it twice. Non-farm payroll, we're not expecting good price action into the second half of the week, so small opening range gap right there. Yeah, so I basically was just coming on to document and explain that, why we aren't trading the second half of the week, show kind of in this top box why Monday and Tuesday were so good, and even today, why today won't be as good. We have non-farm payroll, so I probably won't be trading Thursday or Friday this week. And then going into next week, we have CPI. We have a bank holiday Monday. Next week's gonna be a rough week again in terms of trading probability. So we have a bank holiday on Monday, and then the day after a bank holiday, ICT, as explained, is usually if anything, the afternoon will be okay, but the morning after following a bank holiday is usually choppy. And then we have CPI, PPI Wednesday, and FOMC meeting minutes, and then CPI Thursday. So we're going to tread carefully. That's basically what I'm saying. Cool. So I'm going to log off. Enjoy the rest of your